Another Peach Jam is here underway in Augusta, and we've got all the action from start to finish. I'm Krysten alongside national basketball analyst Eric Bossi. Bossi, let's start first with the #1 player in the country who's here, and he's definitely proved his #1 status with a few rumors that here and there, but his play has been phenomenal.
Yeah, Marvin Bagley, I commented earlier in the week that it almost seems like a more appropriate level of competition would have been the NBA Summer League in Las Vegas with the way he's played. Big athletic lefty, just dominated around the rim. There were a lot of questions about the family being his team, the Nike family being invited to the Peach Jam because they only won 2 games during the regular season of EYBL play, but they went 3-2, just missed a buzzer beater, kept them out of the playoff round. So I think they proved that they belonged, and he answered the bell. He's just unstoppable at this level.
And a few guys, that we saw here play, Jericho Helms, he kind of outplayed his ranks. Anybody else did you see?
Yeah, Jericho Helms, we'll start with him. He's a 6'6" wing for the St. Louis, or Bradley Beal Elite, pardon me, formerly the St. Louis Eagles, and Brad Beal's been here watching him all week. He's a guy that's from St. Louis, Chaminade High School. I've seen him for years, and he's always shown some flashes of mid-range game, being able to step out and shoot some, but the consistency has been kind of an issue, and he's just been unbelievable here. He's really, in the quarterfinals, he really carried Brad Beal Elite. They got 5-star point guard Darius Gardner, who picked up some early fouls and, had a tough matchup with Trey Jones, the #1 point guard in the country, and Hellems was a difference maker. He made big shots. He got on the glass. So he's really exploded. Illinois offered him. Boston College offered him. Georgia Tech offered him. Missouri's watching closely now. North Carolina's inquired about him. North Carolina State, he's like the kind of guy that's blown up. And then another guy who's led his team to the semifinals as well, James Akinjo, point guard for the Oakland Soldiers from Oakland. Got offers from Cal and UConn earlier in the spring, but still kind of an under-the-radar guy who's just been kind of putting them on their back. He's maybe only 5'11", 6 feet tall, but he's been making mid-range shots, deep shots, and just living at the free throw line and kind of carrying them. In each game that he's played, you kind of see a few more Pac-12 schools showing up and kind of watching to see what's going on.
The story of the week has definitely been the U17 kids, but we also got a chance to look at some U16s and even younger. Who's impressed you the most from the younger guys?
I'll start with the one 2019 kid who is playing in the 17U division, James Wiseman. He's already a top 5 player in the country, 6'10", lefty power forward, so it's not a surprise that he's playing great, but the way he played when I watched him this week, he's a guy that eventually could contend for the #1 spot, especially if RJ Barrett makes the move to 2018, like it looks like he'll eventually do. He runs the floor, he's long, he's got some touch, he's very athletic, and he's a little light right now, and he needs to get some strength, but he's found some confidence, and you can just see John Calipari's coming out, Duke's coming out, North Carolina's coming out, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Kansas, a bunch have already offered, but, Indiana's getting in the mix. He's turning into a blue blood priority guy, and like I said, potentially the #1 player in the class, with Vernon Carey probably competing for that if Barrett goes to 2018.
Right.
But then another guy that I know he's one of your favorites too.
I love him.
Carl Lewis, playing for Paul Pierce's The Truth team in the 16U. He's an interesting kid physically, and with some of his, the way he carries himself on the court, he reminds me so much of DeMarcus Cousins. He's plays angry, I guess is one way to put it, but big, broad shoulders, strong kid. Certainly no one's starting to fight with him in the 16U division, but he's very athletic for a 6'9", 250-pound kid. He had some incredible blocks. He can step out and shoot. He really runs the floor. He's a kid that I think he's starting to figure out just how talented he is, and the people around him seem to be channeling him in the right direction. And he's a guy that I think post-summer we could really see taking off.
All right, well, the Peach Jam concludes here Sunday tomorrow with the finals, and we'll continue on for the rest of the live periods. Keep everything here for Rivals.com on the latest.